A career as a pro athlete seems to be a ticket to fame and fortune, but as the many NFL players who went broke after they retired have discovered, the riches don't always last. Let's take a look. Warren Sapp. Defensive lineman Warren Sapp spent 12 years in the NFL, earning more than $82 million over the course of his career. But a bad real estate deal, alimony and child support payments totaling $74,000 plus a month, and a lavish lifestyle all contributed to a bankruptcy filing in 2012, 5 years after he retired. Sapp claimed he couldn't pay $6.7 million in debt, even though he was still earning about $115,000 every month as an analyst for the NFL Network and in appearance fees. Sapp's problems didn't end with his bankruptcy filing. He ran into trouble with the law, and the NFL Network fired him in 2015. And his ex-wife? She claims he still owes her $3 million. Vince Young. In 2006, rookie Vince Young signed a $25.7 million 5-year deal with the Tennessee Titans. But generous paychecks and a bumpy career led the 30-year-old to file for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in 2014, 3 years after he played his last game in the NFL. Some of his problems stemmed from his high-interest loan of $1.8 million that he took during the 2011 player lockout. Some of that money likely went to Young's notorious spending sprees. He reportedly liked to pick up the tab for friends and teammates while dining out, and once spent $6,000 on a meal at TGI Fridays. That's a lot of mozzarella sticks. John Elway. Unlike some former players, John Elway has done pretty well for himself after retiring from the NFL. He's worth an estimated $145 million, in part because of his lucrative investments in car dealerships and other businesses. Yet the former Bronco isn't immune to financial foibles. In 2010, it was revealed that Elway was one of dozens of people who had sunk millions into a Ponzi scheme. He invested $15 million and lost at least $7 million of it. This loss is even more galling when you consider the golden investment opportunity Elway passed on a few years earlier. In 1998, he said no when Broncos owners Pat Bowlen offered to sell him a 10% stake in the team for $15 million, plus another 10% in exchange for foregoing the deferred salary he was owed. By 2015, that 20% stake would have been worth about $388 million. Terrell Owens. If his on-field antics weren't any indication, the flamboyant wide receiver Terrell Owens lived large during his playing days, spending nearly all of the $80 million he earned in the league between 96 and 2010, leaving him basically penniless now that he's in the world of real personal responsibility. Though he counts them as investments, Owens bought several homes and condos before the housing crash, and their values ended up basically hitting rock bottom. And to that, at least 4 baby mamas seeking thousands and thousands in child support every month, and the fact that he put his trust in several people he shouldn't have, and Owen had to take a low-paying job in the indoor Florida League while making random media appearances just to try and put a dent in his monthly bills. Michael Vick. When he was found guilty of bankrolling a dogfighting ring in 2007, Michael Vick lost over $130 million in the long-term deal he'd signed with the Atlanta Falcons, millions of dollars in endorsements and sponsorship deals, and tens of millions more in legal penalties and bonus repayments. Before his crimes came to light, Vick had purchased multiple million-dollar homes, expensive cars, overly priced jewelry, and was supporting several friends and family members financially. He predictably filed for bankruptcy in 2008, but did manage to return to the league with a $100 million contract with the Philadelphia Eagles. By 2015, he had clawed his way out of bankruptcy. But after paying off the remainder of his debts with a fraction of his income that earned him $120 million during his playing days, Vick is on a much more normal financial track now. He now runs football camps for kids and recently launched a new clothing line. O.J. Simpson. After decades of scandal and legal trouble, it's easy to forget that O.J. Simpson was once America's most beloved sports star. Though the former NFL running back was acquitted of the 1994 murder of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman, a civil court ordered him to pay $33.5 million to the victim's surviving family members. Simpson said that he didn't have the money, but Goldman's family, who received only a small portion of the millions they were owed, believed he was hiding assets. Today, Simpson is serving time for kidnapping and robbery in a Nevada prison, the result of an attempt to reclaim what he claimed was stolen memorabilia. In 2013, his Florida home was foreclosed on, and he was behind on taxes despite earning $25,000 a month from an NFL pension. While he may not be flat broke, Simpson's fortune has dwindled to a reported $250,000, and there's virtually no chance he'll have much of a career when he does get out of prison. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out our channel for more NFL videos.